This is Phoenix, and welcome to MX Gaming Reviews. Hello everyone. Today is a slightly special video. As you can see, my character is doing a happy dance, and the reason for this is I'm recording in high quality video, but not only is it in high quality video, it is also recording in 1080p. I was using Fraps for video capturing, but because Fraps records raw video, a clip can be between 3 to 4 gigs, which takes up a lot of disk space and also takes more time to edit the video. I have to compress each video clip first, save it, and then create the video. And that takes too much of my time. Besides, I think Fraps only records in 480p and the options are limited. So now I'm testing this software called Action. At this time, I'm only using the trial version to test it out, and so far, I'm impressed. The ability to record high quality videos in 1080p and doesn't take up as much disk space is a wonderful thing. So I hope you enjoy this video quality while watching this and future reviews. Thank you. Today I'll be reviewing the Cruiser Refit ship. The Cruiser is the Enterprise A and is a Lieutenant Commander or Tier 2 level ship. Since this is a refit version, you can purchase it for 750 Zen from the C-Store. Moving on to the stats, we have the following bridge officer stations: 1 Ensign Tactical, 1 Ensign Engineer, 1 Lieutenant Engineer, and 1 Ensign Science. For consoles, you have 2 Engineer, 1 Tactical, and 1 Science. For weapon slots, you have 2 fore and 2 aft. You also have a base hull of 19,500, a shield modifier of 1, base crew of 400, base turn rate of 9, impulse modifier of 0.15, inertia rating of 40, and you also get a +5 to all power levels, and you can also get the cruiser command abilities, which are the following: strategic maneuvering, shield frequency modulation, weapon system efficiency, and attract fire. Now the difference between the regular ship and the refit version is for bridge officers, instead of 1 Ensign Engineer and 1 Lieutenant Engineer, you get 2 Lieutenant Engineers. For consoles, you get 1 extra Science console, so 2 in total. And the refit version also comes with a universal console, the emission-seeking torpedo. You can use this console on any ship if you wish to do so. This console, when activated, gives players a +19 to starship sensors, and upgrades your next torpedo attack to seek out cloaked vessels and disables their engines. Now it's time for the starship design. Starting with the classic Constitution class, it is very similar to the TOS cruiser, with the exception of the warp nacelles. As you can see, the nacelles are rectangle in shape, the pylons are swept backwards, and going back to the nacelles, they are pushed back away from the saucer. Next is the Excalibur design. The saucer is a little bit elongated, the impulse engines are wider apart, the neck is smaller and shorter, the deflector dish is angled and protruding out, the hull is or appears to be smaller, the pylons are closer to the neck and saucer, and the nacelles are fairly close to the Sovereign class, but you don't see much of the blue. Next up is the Vesper design. Starting with the saucer, it appears to be smaller and looks more like a bubble. The neck is more slanted and is not as short as the Excalibur. The deflector dish is a lot smaller, tucked in, and like the Excalibur, it is slanted. The hull is where things get different. The hull is longer, but at the bottom it curves upward. On the top, the hull is flat, but has a large bump, which the pylons are attached to, and they sweep back and outward. The nacelles are a fair distance away from the saucer section. They are also larger at the front, but get smaller at the back. Also, you can see the blue part all the way around and no ram scoops. Our next design is the refit version, also known as the Exeter class. The Exeter is primarily modeled after the Constitution class, so it is very similar, with a few exceptions, one being the white skin color, which is only obtainable by purchasing the ship via the C-Store. The pylons are swept back and outward. The nacelles are rounded at the front where the ram scoops are, and it has protective hull around it. The nacelles are a little more rounded than being rectangled, and if you can see closely, there are fins on either side of the nacelles. Next on the review is setup, combat, and performance. So like always, I like to go over my ship equipment. As you can see, I have, for my 4 weapons, I have a disruptor, and my quantum torpedo, and at the back I have both disruptors. Now, going over disruptors, here I have accuracy ×2 and damage. Here I goofed because I went with damage instead of critical hit or critical damage. If you're at the end game and you want some decent weapons to pay with EC, anything with accuracy ×2 or maybe 3 if you can get it. Also, critical hit and critical damage are probably one of your better ones to get. I went with damage because I thought it might be better, but I found out that it is less useful than the other ones to use. Again, I have my Jem'Hadar set, which I really need to get rid of because I was looking over it and found that it is more beneficial to use it if you have Polaron type weapons. So those are not good. I have my Solanae or my Obelisk Warp Subspace Warp Rift Warp Core drive. For devices, I have my weapons battery, engine battery, shield battery, and my subspace field modulator. For engineering consoles, I have my neutronium. Unfortunately, they are blue, and they're different types. I didn't realize that. One's a Mark X1, the other one's just a Mark 10. For science, I have shield emitter again. Normally I have 2, but because I wanted to show off the ionized gas sensor, oh, I think that's the wrong one. Nope, that's the right one. Okay, never mind. I wanted to show you. Now, seeing here, I said it gives you a plus 19. Looks like it gives a plus 22.9 to Starship sensors. Alright, now, let's see here. This upgrades your next torpedo attack, seeks out any nearby cloaked targets, targets your target if no cloaked enemy ships are nearby. Upon reaching the target, deals damage equivalent to a high-yield torpedo of the type Enhanced, gives a minus 26.9 engine subspace power, disable cloaks for 8 seconds, 20% chance disables impulse engines for 8 seconds. So that's not too bad. And then for finally, my tactical console, I have a disruptor induction coil, which gives plus 26.2% more disruptor damage. Most definitely I'm going to need that because with my silly little goof here on putting on damage instead of critical hit or critical damage, I'm going to need all the help I can get. And again, unfortunately, because this is a tier 2 ship and it's not very powerful, I'm going to be in the Delta Volantis sector. So let's get to it. Alright, let's get this party started here. So for cruisers, best to go with beam arrays. And the reason for that is because you need to do something called broadsiding. And what that is, what that is exactly what I'm doing right now. My side is to the enemy, and I'm attacking with all 3 of my beam weapons right now. See, if I move away from him, only my rear beams will get him. However, broadsiding, all 3 of them will get at him. and it'll take down the shields. So I'm going to actually unleash the torpedo console here. Oh, he's erected some sort of force field. Nice. Now I protect him on one side. Oh, he's knocked out my weapons. Oh, there they go. I just activated my command to get more power out of my weapons. Although I probably should have done shields instead. And there he goes. Awesome. So there you have it, folks. My review on the Cruiser Refit, or the Enterprise A. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you out there. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it the old thumbs up. Please post your comments in the comment section below if you'd like me to review a ship. And finally, hit the subscribe button for more upcoming reviews. Thank you.